India is complicated.
India is, I don't know, I've seen so many new things. I feel like no matter how many times you come here, you can still be amazed. You never really get used to it, but that makes it a lot of fun because there's always something new to experience.
I'm still a little dumbfounded right now. It's just really beautiful. It's just I've never seen anything like it before.
Muditaa is a girls' school that is free, all the uniforms, all the books, the transportation, it's all free. We were getting a tour and these girls came up to me and they held my hand and they said, "You're my best friend!" And then they asked me my name.
At first I was a little unsure of how to act, just because that's something I never experienced before, but I've never had strangers welcome me just that immediately, and before long we were talking and joking and going on the swings, and so that was really cool.
And then they showed us all around and we went to all the classrooms and all of the children in the classrooms performed for us. They performed songs and dances and they just talked to us, and we went and we got to see their villages. It was really interesting.
It's very rare that you're ready to see certain things. It's just a completely different world. It's so different even from the city of Delhi. I don't know, it's a very humbling experience.
I welcome Mount Madonna School on the behalf of Shri Ram Ashram family, and we are pleasure to meet you, and we are very happy to see you, all of you here, and just want to thank you for being a part of our family.
Shri Ram Ashram is love. I don't think there's any other word to describe it. You walk in and everybody just wants to love you. They want to be loved, and that's just what this place is. There's so much love here. It's just one huge family. It's pretty amazing. Kids push them on the swing, jump on the trampoline with them, carried them around all the time, and we had a really great dance party. They taught us some Bollywood moves.
We learned a kind of Bollywoodish dance, and it was really fun. All my classmates were super pumped on it.
4 years since I've been here, and I was afraid no one would remember me except I was only here for 3 days, but they were so welcoming and they all knew my name and got mad at me for not knowing their names, and they were just so fun to hang out with.
It's so great, it's so loving, and it's like home away from home.
I don't want to leave. The kids are so sweet. They come up to us and hold our hands and just don't want to let us go. It's the best thing ever.
The four main religions we've seen here are Hinduism, and we got a taste of that at Arati and at Harikapari. And then we've seen Sikhism, and we got to see that at the Golden Temple. We saw Islam at the Taj Mahal, and now we've seen Buddhism up here at Dharamsala.
While we were in Haridwar, we went to Harikapari and we got to see everyone celebrate Arati.
Thousands and thousands of people who are religiously coming every single night to pray to their gods or offer to the Ganga their prayers.
We all got our flower boats and we kneeled down into the Ganga and we sent our little boats on their way. I always see pictures of the place and just like, that's one thing, but actually stepping inside and seeing it is a whole different game.
The symmetry was incredible, and it was really it was an eye-opening to the capacity of man to do great things.
Religion is everywhere. It's in everything everyone does, and it's just everywhere on the streets, in the art, in the music.
I don't see the religions as being opposed to one another or contradicting one another. I see all of them as different paths to sort of the same goal, and I think that most of them, at the root of them, have the same key principles as far as how to live your life.
We went to the Golden Temple and we saw hundreds of Sikhs lined up at 5:30 in the morning waiting to get into the Golden Temple and practice their religion, and that was pretty magical to see that devotion.
So many religions are able to coexist and have coexisted for so many years. And it was really nice to see that people from Hinduism and people that are Muslim and Sikh all coexist in this amazing conglomeration of magnificent artifacts and history.
Getting to visit the Dalai Lama's compound was, I don't know, I guess a spiritually altering experience for me, just because even though he wasn't there, you could just kind of feel in the atmosphere that philosophy and mentality that was still there. So that's what I've really enjoyed about Dharamshala so far. Coming up here at first was just so peaceful because it's so simple, and up here in the mountains the air is just so clear, which is something that we haven't really experienced so far in India, so that was refreshing.
We just interviewed Rinchen Kondo. She's the sister-in-law of the Dalai Lama. She started the Tibetan Nuns Project.
She's worked with nuns that aren't traditionally allowed to be ordained in the Buddhist tradition, and so they didn't really have a place when they came to India in exile, and she built this amazing project around that.
So it means a lot for us when people come and see us, because we are still struggling for the main cause and hoping to be back in Tibet one day in a free country. So it means a lot to us, and thank you so much for coming. And at the same time, it's so good for me to hear that we are also having something to offer you back, because I think that is what counts. What is Tibetan, what is Indian, what is Western is immaterial. But I think in this world, we need to have something to offer to the humanity to make our lives better.
I'd just like to welcome this group and use this time now, the next few hours that you have here, to make friends with these new people that you're meeting.
I really like the Heritage kids. They all spoke really good English, and they just seemed really similar to us. They were all really friendly, and we kind of just did what we do in values class normally. We went in small groups, and education in India is a lot different, so it was nice to see what they liked about it and what they didn't like and how they could change it and what we thought about it.
So yesterday we interviewed Dr. Metra, and she's the founder of CORD, and she creates these organizations among villagers to help them, like self-help groups, like microloan kind of things.
Our group split in half, and we came down to some villages and we talked to some self-help groups that were started by CORD.
She's helped create this amazing project which focuses on just kind of the development of these rural communities and helping women get back on their feet from domestic violence and abuse, and generally just educate them.
You can see that there, they definitely have a lot of support for each other and compassion.
The greatest gift that each one of us can give each other is happiness, isn't it? If someone can tell us how and where we get happiness, that's what we all are seeking, whatever we are doing at any moment. And if he can really make you understand and then tell you it's already there within you. It's already there, but you don't know it. There is a Sanskrit sloka which says praptasya prapta, what is already there, the only way you get it is through jnanam, through knowledge.
We kind of learned about the different organizations that we were going to give to, and we learned like why it was important and what they were doing, and so that motivated us to raise the money. And after actually going to the places, it like reinvigorates me to raise more money because I see how amazing a lot of the projects are.
We saw like what CORD's doing, what the nunnery is doing, and then what happens at the Sri Ram ashram. So it's really satisfying seeing that we could help them out, and all of that work we did was for a really good cause.
The Maitri Project is a community housing for widows who have been cast out from their families after the death of their husbands in India.
There was an absolute language barrier. I didn't understand a word they said to us, but there was automatically this connection. And then one of them got up and started dancing. It was really magical, and I thought that would end when the song ended. But when the song ended, actually the rest of the women stood up and sort of all surged forward at us and were hugging us, and that was, I think, probably one of the few times in my life that I've actually been just completely taken aback by something. I was speechless.
Their eyes are so happy and so full of joy, but they've suffered so much. So to get to give them their meal and really connect with them through that was pretty amazing.
People would think of as songs as probably being the smallest of the gifts that we brought, just because there isn't really monetary value to it. You can't put a price tag on it. But as far as how people reacted to those, I think that is probably what meant the most.
I find that music is really a kind of deep connection that all of us have. especially for us when it's across a language barrier, like they're speaking Hindi, we're speaking English, when we start singing in Hindi, it's just like, oh wow, we have some kind of common ground now.
All the people we sang for had a lot of fun as we sang, and they started dancing with us.
Overall, music is a really good way to connect and dance to.
The songs overall were very much about compassion and love and community and friendship. Everybody Wants to Love. It was a song Caitlin brought in, and it was just so nice to have a song that expressed Muditaa.
We have fallen down again tonight. In this world it's hard to get it right.
Everybody wants love, everybody wants connections to somebody else. If they're small or big, they just want to be appreciated and have compassion.
Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved.
Every time we sang songs for people, immediately afterwards, we had already built relationships with them, even if they had no idea what our songs meant because they were in English. Just the power of music really brings people together, and that was so obvious during our time in India.
Happy is the heart that still feels pain. Darkness drains and light will come again. Swing open up your chest and let it in. Just let the love, love, love begin. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved.
India is a cultural experience.
Oh, oh, everybody knows the love. Everybody holds the love. Everybody falls for love. Everybody feels the love.
You all are very, very fortunate to be able to come all the way to India, see different people, meet different people. So let that make a difference in your life.
Just let the love, love, love begin. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved. Oh, falls for love. Everybody wants to love. Everybody wants to be loved.